Look at these other podcasts out here with a point. Doing interviews, trying to educate you, or change the world. No, we don't do that here. Here, we look around, see things, go places, do things, and round up the best so you can forget the rest. Here, we rank 'em up.
Hello and welcome in to Rank 'em Up. Welcome to episode 30 of Rank 'em Up. That's right. You made it to episode 30. Thank you for joining us. This is Lilo. Lilo, it's episode 30. If they're just jumping in, who are you?
Hello, my name is Lilo. I'm the token Asian on the team.
Is that how we're playing this?
We needed one.
I'm here for diversity. No,
Me and Craig are the same, though. Dang it.
yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
I'm half of Berto, half of you.
Half of me.
Wow,
Yeah.
Craig plays Craig plays two roles.
The
on
good
this
half.
show.
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What's happening, world? Thanks for sticking with us for 30 episodes. It's awesome.
And we've got recent Colorado Broadcasters award-winning Kev Berto in there. Kev Berto, welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm doing great. So, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I haven't opened the Rockstar yet, but I feel...
We saw what happened last time you were on Rockstar.
That's very true.
It was good, though. It had good results. We almost bro-hugged. We didn't fight. That's what I meant.
That's progress. That's progress.
We didn't fight.
We bro-hugged when the Broncos won the Super Bowl a few weeks back.
We did
A
bro-hug.
heck of a time. It was a
Yeah.
heck of a time. I still can't believe it. Thanks, Peyton Manning, for all of the years of service. And moving on. And we're Super Bowl 50 champions. 50.
And that voice you hear,
50.
that is Don. He's our resident Broncos fan.
Woo!
We all are, actually. Well, maybe
Yeah,
not
we are.
Berto, but
Berto's a Broncos fan.
I am
Berto's a
Broncos.
Berto,
What is it?
how many Denver Broncos signs or wall art do you have in your household?
0.
One, at least one. I've seen it. Liar.
It's not,
Dang.
Well, I
Alrighty.
forgot. Sorry.
so much for that
Thank
bro
you.
hug.
Right, that bro hug is obviously out the window.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Craig, for having me today.
And I'm Craig. This is a show where we are sitting around a table with three of my friends, three of my good buddies, and we rank stuff because we like to be competitive. We like to talk about things, make lists, and rank. We don't rank, but we rank things. It would be different if we ranked because we're pretty close in here.
Yeah, that would make for an awful
It
show.
would, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Thank God for no smell-o-vision.
No smell-o-vision. So
We just
this
make fun of each other.
That's right. So this episode is coming out on St. Patrick's Day.
Woo!
And so therefore, what do you do on St. Patrick's Day?
Drink.
You wear green and you drink beers.
I tell people to kiss me because I'm Filipino.
That's right, yeah. You wear a green shirt that says, "Kiss me, I'm Filipino."
Kiss me, I'm Filipino.
Everybody's a little Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
So today we're ranking beers. This is one of the shows that we've been wanting to do from episode 1, but we're finally getting around to it today, and it's going to be great. It'll be great.
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 It'll be great.
So,
That needs to be a GIF or something. I don't know.
something, yeah.
It has to be something.
This week, we're going to start with Gilberto. I'm dictating it. It's happening.
Okay.
Well, before you start, Gilberto, let me just explain to people where you can find us on the social media all over the internet.
Please
on
do.
iTunes. You can subscribe to the podcast or your favorite Android app. Stitcher would be one of them. Go to the iTunes podcast app and download it. You can find us there. Go to Twitter. That's where we argue a lot. By the way, today we started periscoping. Thank you for the people tuning in there and listening to my BD Wong story that didn't make any sense. Although the guy, I mean, he's a good actor because or maybe he's not a good actor because he always reminds me of Father of the Bride 1 and 2. Or you can go to Facebook and like our show page, or I'm missing one, I believe.
iTunes store? Did you get
That's
that
it,
one?
iTunes, Facebook, Twitter.
YouTube?
The YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. You can find every back show, the whole archive, on our YouTube channel is YouTube/RankEmUp. YouTube.com/RankEmUp.
If you would have watched that Periscope, you would have seen that we gave you a clue about next week's show, the topics, what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So be sure to check those out. Check Twitter when we're going to do those Periscopes. You might get some behind-the-scenes look at the cast here.
Right.
So
Like bacon encrusted pizza.
Yeah, I wish there was smell-o-vision for that one, though, because that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty tasty.
all right, Berto, kick us off with your number 5 beer.
All right. Well, as the token Mexican,
Should I say your number 5
wow.
cerveza?
actually, it is a cerveza, and it's well. First of all, I just want to let you guys know that I haven't. I've been. What is it? On the wagon.
On the
How do you say
wagon.
it? On the wagon.
On the wagon.
So I haven't drank in a while. So I had to make.
There's a
some-
country that still uses covered wagons. You should know that analogy.
Oh no.
Oh,
What?
What? Never mind.
It's
Go
not.
ahead. Keep
it's
moving.
not 1868.
Moving along. Moving along.
So anyway, okay.
They still have oxen there.
All right. Well, my number
I think they
5.
plow the agave fields.
My number 5 is a Pilsner Vienna type beer, which is unique for its bitterness and is strong in flavor. And I am talking about Victoria. They recently started importing this beer. I'd like to say about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
something like that.
And,
I like Victoria.
And it's
I've never had Victoria.
It's clean. It's crisp. It's it's pretty cheap. So
It
when
doesn't, but it doesn't
as-
give you like the sour back end like Corona does, where
Exactly.
you want to throw up your life and it makes you have
Exactly.
like heartburn.
and that's what I mean.
Victoria is a good smooth finish, is what Caberto.
It
We're
is.
talking about Mexican beers.
I'm talking about-
that.
yeah.
I mean, Corona is not good.
No.
no.
Of course.
No.
Well, I'm just trying to compare it to something because,
My body
That's
cannot
usually the
handle
go-to
Corona.
one for the,
That's gross.
whatever. So.
But this is a beer that since it's cheap in price, I mean, this is something that I would used to hang out with friends, and we would buy a couple 12-packs of these, and sit back and have a good time. Maybe bring out the guitar and sing a couple songs, but
for
Victoria.
the ladies.
Yeah, or maybe we were feeling, nostalgic or happy, whatever.
What kind of song are you singing over there?
Yeah.
I used to just play, and the rest used to sing.
What were you playing?
No, I know you can sing
What?
your song. You know your song.
We're waiting for you to tell us.
Well, there was a song that I used to play on my own to myself
I'm waiting.
called "I'm Waiting."
That's a great song.
That
It's a great
is
song.
that is in the lost files of the Caberto life.
If you
So
get married someday, you should probably play that at your wedding.
You
That'd
should,
be awesome.
yeah.
no, because it's not really. The song is about me waiting for someone.
Yeah, exactly.
A
Now you
specific
found
someone.
her.
Yeah,
Like
so
Tim
it's-
Tebow
You could
waiting?
repurpose it.
No, right, but it would lose its essence. The meaning of the song, it would lose a lot of it. So
So
my
it's more of a breakup song than like a happiness together song is what you're saying.
more of like you have to be patient if you whatever. Anyway, my number 5 beer is Victoria. So
Well,
you
we're
guys
glad
should-
you're still here,
you should
Brett.
try it. Yeah. I am glad I'm still here too.
There was a doubt there for a minute.
I think. Wait,
There's
I'm here.
am I?
Okay.
I'm traditionally after Caberto, right? Or is it because
That's because we're sitting in different spots here. So
Yeah.
we'll go to Lilo
Okay,
first.
Lilo.
All right.
All right, Lilo's next.
I'm next.
Yeah, we're in a new studio tonight, so
Yeah.
it's all different.
Yeah, everything's a little weird. Everything's a
Hopefully,
little
I don't
backwards.
sound as nasally.
That's right.
Hopefully I can be heard, period. So my number
It's cracking me
5
up tonight.
my number 5 beer is actually a recent addition to my beer rotation, if I guess, or beer list. And actually I don't know if you would fully consider it a beer.
Here we go, breaking the rules already.
I know, man. It's number
Do you
5.
think you are?
That's
Caberto?
usually my turn.
know.
I will say
I
that
know.
the rest of my list is beers. The rest of my list is beers. It's just this one that I'm not 100% certain of.
Is it
It's not a
malt
wine
liquor?
cooler, right?
It's malt liquor, right?
Yeah, it's
Old
Colt.
English.
Oh no, it's Colt. No,
Oh.
no, it's not your dad's root beer.
Oh,
I think it's like a spiced beer with a lot of sugar. It's like it's a hard root beer, but I want to say and I want to believe that it's actually a beer just spiced to taste like a root beer. But it's
It
really
doesn't
good.
say on the bottle if it starts as beer.
No,
Huh.
it just mentions that it is a spiced beer.
Oh well, then
So
okay.
What's it called?
not your dad's root beer. It's super delicious, really tasty. I think like the lowest alcohol content you can get is like 5. So but I think it also goes all the way up to 14.
Does it have different flavors or something?
Dang.
So there's a Not Your Dad's Root Beer, and I think there's also Not Your Dad's Ginger Ale or something to that effect. So it's like hard, like really hard sodas. Really hard sodas. At 14, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, Not Your Dad's Root Beer. That is my number 5 item because it's super delicious. And you can also make root beer floats with it for the adults in the
Oh,
in the
that sounds
crowd.
good.
Yes. That
sounds good.
Dude. Yes.
There's a beer, and I'm sure it's not on anybody's list here. It's from Copper Kettle, the Mexican chocolate stout at Copper Kettle.
Blah.
Nope.
You cannot drink it on its own.
No.
It is too spicy, too much, too cinnamony, and it has spiciness in it too, aside from the cinnamon. But if you put that thing as an ice cream float,
Dude.
so good.
That sounds like it'd be
The
pretty
first time
tasty.
I had that, it was at a brewery beer festival in Sláinte, Colorado, and I had to like go wash my mouth out for like 5 minutes with water and like vinegar because you can't taste anything
Wow.
other than the chili pepper.
Yeah, that's
and they only give you 4 ounces, and I guess it was good, but I can't do that.
that beer
anymore.
has a lot of stuff going on with it.
Yeah. Although I do love Copper Kettle. I love Copper Kettle.
I do too, and it might show up
But
on my list.
I can't do that beer. No,
But put ice cream in it,
I guess.
and it'll be good.
I don't do that.
All right, my number 5. If you're done, Lilo, there.
Yeah, I'm good.
My number 5. I went to school in Fort Collins in the late 90s.
Woo!
Right when New Belgium was starting to take off. They only had about 5 flavors back then. Now they have about 100 million. But
The Ben and Jerry's thing was a horrible mess, by the way. Thank you.
so New Belgium was just taking off, and every local establishment in Fort Collins had at least Fat Tire on the list from New Belgium. It was fresh. It was delicious. It was wonderful. And I lived I think it was my junior year of college. I moved to a little apartment, and across the parking lot from my apartment, directly across where my apartment was, there was a little, like, not even a driveway. It was just in between the parking lot and the buildings. There was a bar. It was close to the road, so there was a bar. It's called Sliders. And this bar at Sliders, I think it was every Tuesday night or Thursday night. I can't remember now. But every Thursday night, we'll say, they would do $2 48-ounce pitchers. No, 38-ounce pitchers of whatever you wanted that they had on tap.
Oh, what?
So I'd go up there with a $5 bill and order 2 38 ounces of Fat Tire
Oh my gosh.
and a $1 tip. And I would be good.
Dang,
And I'd be good the whole night.
6 ounces.
I'd play darts
Right.
until I couldn't see the dartboard.
Until everything's kind of blurred
Yeah.
together.
And then I'd walk home across the parking lot.
Oh man, that's so awesome.
My junior year, my grades did not. It was rough, but it was awesome because I had Fat Tire. So my number 5 is Fat Tire. Just it's more of a legacy pick because I don't really drink it a lot right now. But I'll always remember the college years when I drank a lot of Fat Tire at parties, at bars, in Old Town, Fort Collins, dancing on the table of Zydeco's.
Who didn't dance on the table at Zydeco's?
I
Let's get
actually got kicked out
real.
of Zydeco's. As I was trying to get up on the bar one time, I kind of fell
Nice.
because we had just come from about 5 other bars,
So awesome.
and the guy was like, "Yeah, you got to go, bud." Yeah, almost.
Almost at it.
Yeah, that's my number 5. Fat
There you
Tire,
go.
Fort Collins, fun times. Miss that place.
Well, I feel like I'm going to get judged for this beer because it is, excuse you. It is more of like it's like a thin beer. It's like it's a white ale, whatever.
Ah, I know it.
And yes, it's so good. And it's a Belgian beer. And if anybody knows anything about beer, Belgium is where you want to go. If it says Belgium, it's got to be good. That's the rule. And it's there's a lot of controversy in the United States. Some European people come over and say that it's called Hoegaarden. Some people, name me, call it Hoegaarden. I call it Hoegaarden. And it is 4.9 alcohol content. It's slightly sweet. First brew, 1445. $14.45.
Jeez.
Yeah, Hoegaarden, man. It's white ale. It's Belgium, and it's pretty smooth, and it's a blonde ale, man. It's the original, and it's so good. I could drink them 2 at a time, and just like many other beers on my list, is when you get it out of the tap, man.
Out of the tap, it's pretty good. It tastes like water.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's my
just
wife's favorite beer.
Yep. No, she likes Michelob, and
Hello. What are you talking about? She likes Hoegaarden.
nah, because Gina's the only person I know that likes Michelob other than my grandfather.
I've
Rest in
never
peace.
seen her drink one of those.
I've seen her drink Michelob.
Really?
Guarantee it.
That was in the younger years.
I'll say, is she like a closet Michelob drinker?
Maybe. Who knows?
That'd be weird.
Michelob's like what is that? Northwestern beer? Like, who drinks Michelob?
Not anybody I know of.
I don't.
St. Louis? Yeah, see? Gilberto?
She likes the Hoegaarden.
No.
No, I love Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden is so good. It's the best. It's the best, really. So, but it's also number 5 on my list. Thank you.
Hoegaarden.
It is very good. If you get it out of the bottle, it's pretty good, but out of the tap.
Yeah.
If you can get it out of the tap anywhere, Hoegaarden, so good.
Just like Fat Tire tastes like caramel corn, Hoegaarden tastes like, I don't know, orange juice. It's a little citrusy, but it's not like if you...
like a Blue Moon sort of thing, or like
Not
No,
as-
it's
not-
white
no.
ale. It's
Yeah.
white ale. It's like I don't think they use too many hops in the procedure there. Like it's more of
It
a
goes
wheat.
down like
it's
water.
more of a wheat, and it's like just
what?
it's 4.9% alcohol, but it doesn't taste like alcoholic at all, and it's delicious. And if you watch soccer and yell, you won't be sad if you spill it. I don't know where I'm going with that. Gilberto, it's all you.
Gilberto, you're number 4.
Save me, Gilberto. Save me.
Best
My
transition ever.
Number 4. I did drink a lot of cerveza. As much as I've hung out with a lot of my good friends here, who introduced me to the craft brews and all of
You're
these
welcome.
good tasting
Yeah.
beers. Thank you.
Welcome to Colorado.
I still,
Yeah, man.
I still like.
Remember, hold on. So just as you're saying that, remember when we went to the Mercado in
Yes.
Anaheim, California, and we thought that those guys were gonna rob the place,
Yes. It was a liquor store, but this was like a bodega.
bodega.
They
Sorry,
had
Bodega.
a vegetable fruit section, and these guys,
It's some old celery.
they were, and I'm not,
Ew.
I'm not, what is it?
Judging.
Judging
Racist?
or that.
Are you?
They were
Okay.
bald. They were wearing black gloves. This was in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
They had really
Oh.
baggy pants, and they were wearing white T-shirts.
Yeah,
And
they're wearing gloves.
Yes, they were wearing gloves. These
Yeah.
were gangsters.
Yeah.
These were OGs.
Wow.
And I think, because they were old. And you
Yeah.
could tell at least one of them had been
Dude, they were
to
just
state.
out of the joint. They were just out of the joint. They had to, man. They didn't even have enough time to find a job yet from the pen. from parole.
They were still at the halfway house. Anyway,
man.
so...
They were eyeing me.
Yeah, and what did we get that time? We got...
Some like leaning Klugel, like some
Leinies.
gross.
Oh,
I didn't-
Leinenkugels?
Yeah, that's all they had, man. They had like
yeah.
Coors and Bud and Bud Light and that. And
That's
all
a
that.
No,
Liney, huh?
no, we got Shock Top.
Some shandies?
Oh, yeah,
like
Shock Top
apple
something too, yeah.
Something. It was weird.
Shock Top,
But
yeah.
it was more flavored than. Anyway, so my number 4 is this is when I wanted a little more taste to the hanging and around with the friends and talking, and these wouldn't go down as fast as water when I would drink, as if I would drink Victoria's. I'm talking about Dos Equis Lager with some slices of lime on the side. And we'd squeeze
nice.
it in there, and then we'd throw it in there. And this was, this is really good. It's a light-bodied malt-flavored beer, and it's a lager that drinks like a pilsner. It's really good. What?
Wow.
What?
I've never heard you speak like this, Quebec.
What?
You took a class for this show.
Yeah,
I
no
did
kidding.
take it.
Talk about research.
Wow.
You guys told me you guys give me crap for not preparing,
Hey,
quote unquote.
bless
I'm
your heart,
trying. I'm
you know?
trying. Okay.
It's a lager that drinks
so-
like a pilsner.
drinks like a pilsner.
That's totally a
It's
marketing
Dos
line. That's a
Equis.
slogan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But you know what? I looked up the information. So Don, shut up. There you go.
Well,
That's my number 4.
the beer that beer drinkers drink
can't
when they're
believe-
not drinking beer.
You know, you're using these like taglines. You don't know who Johnny Cochran is. Johnny Cochran was king of the taglines. You don't know who that is.
I told you. I know the story.
What?
I don't remember names.
If
He's
the
over
glove
there on
don't
the-
fit, you must have quit.
You know what he's doing? He's over there on the computer while
Yes, he
where we
is.
can't see him, and he's
Totally
looking up
true.
taglines for his
Johnny
beers.
Cochran.
No, look.
Cheater.
I already have my stuff here.
Have you been watching the People versus O.J. Simpson? 'Cause
No, but
if
I
you,
want
you need
to.
to watch that
I
show
want to.
immediately. Immediately.
All right, guys,
Just-
I'm out.
All right, that was,
Just
Maybe do it not immediately, but after
John-
you finish the show.
just for John Travolta.
How about that?
John Travolta, number one. Malcolm Jamal Warner, I believe, is what his name is. The Cosby Show's son, number two. Cuba Gooding Jr. as OJ.
As OJ, yeah.
What, I mean, do I have to go on?
David Schwimmer is
David Schwimmer is Rob
Kardashian.
Kardashian, and then they have Courtney B. Vance of Law and Order Special Victim, Law and Order Criminal Intent fame. He is Johnny Cochran in his greatest television role known to me. He's better in this than Law and Order.
so I am done with
He's
my
better
number
in this
4.
than Law and Order. You
All
need to
right.
watch The
Okay.
People versus O.J. Simpson
You can
immediately on FX.
proceed.
Lilo, what's your next juice?
my next juice.
Tell me.
Oh, wow. That went wheels off real fast.
Wow.
So, like Craig had mentioned, the New Belgium Brewery a few, I don't know, what are we on, hours ago now? They also have another line, or they have
trying to entertain.
additional, I appreciate it, man. You're doing a good job. They have another line of beers that I particularly like called 1554. 1554. Probably one of my favorite New Belgium beers.
It's on my list somewhere.
I didn't.
It's on
I,
my
thought,
list.
I didn't think we would overlap, but
on my
after I
list.
hear you say that, I thought we might.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. I too can pull a Kevberto. The visual is brilliant, clear, and kind of like mahogany. Aroma is slightly fruity, herbal, spicy, rooty, coffee, chocolate, and toffee. The flavor starts bitter chocolate with bright acidity, roasty and toasty. Sweetness to round it out, sweet, spicy, rooty, peppery, which actually is kind of surprising. I would not have guessed peppery in that one. And a lingering fruity acidity. I like this beer because it tastes like freaking chocolate.
Yes.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Tastes like chocolate beer.
It does taste like chocolate beer, and it is so good. And like, there are some days during the summer where it's just like so hot and stuff, and you really want a light beer, but I will forego light beer if 1554 is in the cooler.
It is a light beer, though. It is. It
It's-
looks dark, but it
it's
feels like a
right.
light. It's
Right.
not
It
too
drinks
heavy.
like a light beer.
Yes.
It looks like a stout, but drinks like a pilsner.
It's good.
It's
It's
so
really
good.
good.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's refreshing for a chocolate beer. It is refreshing
Right.
for a stout, quote unquote, kind of. It's an enlightened black ale, but
It
yeah,
is an
that's what they
enlightened
call it.
black
That's
ale.
what they call it.
Yes, so there you go. 1554 is my number 4.
I used to drink a lot of 1554 in college.
I love
Good
that.
times,
You
man.
know, I think it was I can't remember the exact course name, but it's unimportant. But in my second organic chemistry lab that I had to take, we made a study group because that class was terrible. It was awful. It was hard. So we studied pretty much 3 times a week for it. And our study group was at New Belgium Brewery because they had a little open tap room there and you could just go in there for free.
That's awesome.
So we'd bring all our books in there. We'd do the tour real quick in like 5 minutes because you could do the self-guided tour. We'd be like, oh, yep, we've seen this. And then you get your free flight of beers.
That's cool.
The guys that were up there, they'd be like, oh, here we go again.
These
They're
guys
like,
again.
just go sit down. You don't have to do the tour.
What kind of beers you want?
And I drank a lot of the 1554. Actually, when I was at the actual tap room, I drank that more than the Fat Tire.
It's good times, man. That's
Roberto's cracking one open
Now-
as we speak.
nowadays,
Look at that.
I like trying.
Jeez.
I like trying the Lips of Faith when I go up there, but that abomination that is the Ben and Jerry's collaboration. No,
yeah. I don't know about that. That just sounds.
it was. I poured it out.
know.
I poured it down the sink of my mom's house because I said no, nobody's drinking this. Nobody's drinking this, and I have love for New Belgium.
All right, my number 4.
It's an abomination.
I first had this at the Old Chicago. I was doing the World Beer Tour.
We'll be to a 2-time completer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He is 2-time
Yes.
completer. I have not yet
Jeez.
finished my 1-time completion.
I haven't even started. I feel really
I
behind.
think I did like 5 beers.
I got to 50
and they were
real
like
fast.
Coors Lights.
and then we had kids.
Right.
And then I haven't I think I'm at like 60 right
Oh
now.
man! You know the trick is you go in there and just do the mini tours.
That is the trick. And we
And
did that for a while. We
get 'em
got
on
like 100
sale.
t-shirts.
Yeah, you get them on sale do the mini tours, and then it might take a couple years, but you'll complete it.
I got the deck of cards.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I first had this at the Old Chicago, and I really liked it. But I had like 10 beers before that, so I had to try. I had to try it again. It was in the middle. It was like opening day, Rocky season. We ended up at Old Chicago, and I was like, "Ooh, this beer's really good." So I had to go back and try it again. But it's hard to find, and in fact, I still have a hard time finding this beer. It's called It's from Bristol Brewing. It's Laughing Lab Scottish Ale.
They have that at Timber Liquor Galaxy.
It
comes
is,
in like big cans.
It is very good. It's got a little yellow lab on it. It's a deep red ale, and it is very tasty. And I'm not sure. Have you had it?
I like the good red. Yes, I have. I've bought that from that exact because I've had it before. So yeah, I like it.
It's very delicious.
It's it's not. It's not hard to drink. It's not hard to drink.
I always forget about it.
When you think Scottish, like is that Dave's Brewing Company has the Scottish Chub? I can't do that. Like people love it.
It's
Maybe
not a harsh
Dave.
Scottish ale. It's really easy to drink. It's smooth. And every time I see it at the liquor store, I'm like, oh yeah, I love that beer. And so I buy it. But then I'll go about another year before seeing it again.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, I got to buy that again. So every time I think about it, I buy it. So Bristol Brewing, Laughing Lab Scottish Ale.
Just like
That's
Craig,
my number 4.
he would drink his beer, his number 4, once a year. I would only get mine once a year because it was a winter seasonal from New Belgium, and that's Frambozen. And I realized that the first two
You're not looking good
on
here,
my
there.
list
Yeah.
are,
Belgian
people say
white
Wimpy
and a
Babe.
Frambozen.
I love Belgian white, but Frambozen is it's an amber ale, but with a lot of raspberries. It's for Christmas. It's delicious. They didn't do it this year. I was highly disappointed. I was, very sad. We drank, the go-to. Actually,
Were you very sad?
don't reward him for that, Lilo. Don't reward him for that.
Don't razz me. Don't razz me.
I can't. Look at this. Do you see this? Do you see this game right now?
Jeez. No
So
biscuits
strong.
and gravy, okay?
Yeah, it won't top biscuits and gravy. Let's face it.
I should retire.
You shouldn't even
after
try
that.
anymore.
Yeah.
You should have gone out on a high note.
Should have just
Hang up
dropped
the
the
jersey.
mic and left.
Yeah.
That's what I did. We had a safety meeting at my work, and somebody asked me, like I just walked in from a delivery, Don, what's the danger zone? And I said, well, it's 41 degrees to 140. And they were like, how come Don knows it and nobody else knows it? And I walked out. I'm like, I cannot beat that, so I left.
Wow.
So that's exactly what happened too. Is that I know the danger zone, and then the danger zone song started playing in my head because it's a great song. So there. Anyway, Frambozen. It is a Christmas tradition, except for last year when New Belgium didn't release it, and now they're releasing this Ben and Jerry's collaboration garbage. I don't know what's happening to you, New Belgium. We got to do better, man. Bring back Frambozen. Bring back Frambozen. Let's hashtag bring back Frambozen. Thank you. Hashtag make Donald jump again. Thank you. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Make Donald jump again. Thank you.
John Oliver.
John Oliver's the man. Does number 3 to get back out?
My number 3 is a Mexican Pilsner. It is crisp clean, subtle, yes, yet it has a distinct hoppiness.
Cripsule.
And this was one time, this is on my list because this was the first beer I had with my mom actually a couple years ago.
Wow. That's monumental.
It is actually, and I brought it home in California the day after Don left because he visited, and it was there was a couple friends of hers from her childhood, and they said they were in awe that I brought this beer because they said this is the classiest beer we've drank, and I'm talking about Bohemia. Bohemia. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm very serious.
Man, if they had a 3 philosophers from Amagain Brewery in New York, they would probably their heads would explode.
Probably, but because they're used to, Coronas, Modelos, Bud Lights, Budweiser. So
why would you buy these things if they're the same price?
I'm just saying,
I know.
So I brought Bohemia. I brought some Bohemia home, and people were in awe. So.
Did I introduce you to Bohemia?
You did, actually. You
Nice.
did. So thank you, Craigford.
I love Bohemia.
And Craig. And yeah, so it was very good. We had a good time. and I am held in high respect because of this with my mom's friends. So
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Nice.
Let me tell a quick story.
That's in my honorable mentions. I love some Bohemia.
It's like bringing the Stella Artois or something like
Except when you don't open it right and the foil goes in the...
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
I got two
Like,
Okay, I got 2 stories now. Number one, first time I ever had Stella Artois, I was really drunk, and I was hooking up with this girl at a party.
Yes.
And I walk outside to get some water for us.
Was her name Stella?
No, her name is Mariel. And
What?
Mariel, she's a very nice girl. Okay, so I walk outside, and these two, like, they weren't Russians. They were from the Czech Republic, and they were like, "Hey, bro, you want to drink some of this?" And I'm like, "What is it?" Stella Artois, man. They make it where I'm from. And then somehow I drank with them, and then she came outside looking for me. I'm like, "Gotta go." And then I heard them smashing things outside, and that eventually led to my people being evicted from their house. So, but whatever. It's because of those two guys. The Stella Artois beer, they're getting people drunk in Czech Republics.
they drink at 16.
Second
Good
story.
I thought that was from the Netherlands.
Yeah, I don't remember where it's from.
Stella Artois.
Wherever it was
Based
from,
on
that's
the
where they
name,
were
I
from.
would say not Czech Republic.
Wherever it was from, that's where they were from. Wherever it's from. Anyway, second story. I was sleeping on Kiberto's couch, mom's couch, and we're drinking, and we were drunk, or whatever. Well, we weren't drunk, but we were a little drunk, so we were tipsy, and I was sleeping on one couch, Kiberto sleeping on another couch. Door opens. This guy, he didn't say a word, walks in, takes off his backpack, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Throws out a sleeping bag and just lays down on the sleeping bag in the corner of Kiberto's mom's house, and I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, we're supposed to be, Kiberto's supposed to be sleeping. It's like quiet, and I'm like,
This guy's going to kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, man, what the hell, man?
That's a family friend.
Yeah, you know, because you forgot. You guys
now
know
you
people
know.
that just walk in the door
I
and
knew
unroll
he
their
was-
sleeping
You
bag.
remember
and
that
go
one
sleep
time I
on
went
the-
to your house, Don, and I just pulled up a chair in the corner. Just guy sleeping in the corner.
I feel like there should have been some warning, like, you know, hey, buddy comes in. You know.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
That's like
Yeah, but you
that's
didn't
like
know either.
disclaimer.
No, I did.
Oh.
I knew that was my mom's childhood friend that used to live with them.
He's cool. He was cool. He's cool.
He used to pay rent for the living room for
the-
that
yeah.
space.
He stole
my
he
God.
slept in his house.
It was before we woke up.
You were in his house.
He did leave.
Could you imagine his reaction to seeing you guys?
Someone, who's this guy in my house?
What's going on? I live here.
Before we left, he got there after we went to
Yeah,
sleep.
he got there after.
and then he left before we woke up.
I don't
so
know. I don't know how much your mom was charging that guy.
Man,
Wasn't-
that sounds like a creepy internet story.
Like an
I mean,
I could've-
Airbnb
I'm like,
horror
what is
story.
going on?
Right.
What is going on?
Like the worst Airbnb experience
Yeah.
ever. We went to this one house and some
some dude
rando
just-
just
Slept on my lap.
do you remember that time?
pulls out his sleeping bag.
Do you remember those couple hours you don't remember? Good.
Oh man, that doesn't sound right.
That's not cool.
I'm kidding.
All right.
We did go to
Wow.
an excellent taco place where they had like a not kerosene. They had the propane tank inside the building.
Oh my
Tacos
gosh.
were good though. The tacos were top. They were good. They were good.
The guy wants you to call him, by the way.
Propane tank inside buildings,
They
dudes
did.
with sleeping bags. What kind of lives do you guys lead?
It was a crazy life back
It's
in
LA,
the day.
man. It's LA. Sorry, Anaheim.
It
LA.
was Anaheim.
Man. Okay.
That's how we live.
That's
man.
my number 3.
That's how we live.
On that note, my number 3 beer. This is probably the most Hispanic I'll ever get.
It's not Corona, is it?
It's not Corona.
Okay.
I will tell you that much right now. It is not Corona. This is definitely a seasonal beer. It comes from the not microbrewery of Blue Moon. It's not a microbrewery.
Didn't they start that in Coors Field?
It's owned by like Coors or
Yeah,
something.
now it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I call it not a microbrewery,
Right.
because it's not a microbrewery. This is the Blue Moon Cinnamon Horchata.
Yes.
I have tried that.
I haven't.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's
Craig
really,
is
I vouch
dry
for that.
heaving.
I
vouch for
do
it.
not vouch for that.
It's fresh cinnamon taste balanced with a caramel maltiness, according to their website. Isn't that right, Gilberto?
Yeah, according
You
to
beer aficionado.
Hold on. How do you spell that again? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's really good. It's like probably one of the more refreshing beers that you can have. That's not a Coors Light or a Bud Light. I mean, it's good to throw one of these back after you've like mowed the lawn or moved a crap ton of rocks out of your backyard, or lifted 400 pounds of flagstone. It's really good just to kind of clear off the summertime sweats and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Blue Moon, cinnamon horchata. Take it from Lilo, not from Craig. It's delicious.
I don't approve of that
Rum
message.
chata is also good. Rum chata.
Rum chata? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Solid.
I want to try.
liqueur.
It makes me want to try regular horchata. Like I've never
You
had.
never had it?
I've never had actual.
Oh,
yeah.
What's
horchata
that
is
place
the
we go
best.
to on?
Exactly.
What's that place we go to on Alameda? Is it Alameda? And Federal thereabouts.
Los Gallitos.
Los Gallitos, man, they got.
Even bad horchata is good horchata. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I will.
good.
I will locate some somewhere and drink it.
Their serving size at Los Gallitos is, you can bring a small family in there and have one.
Awesome.
You got to get it out of the jars.
Yeah.
The giant
Like
ladle.
jar,
With a giant ladle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how they
And
do
then
it.
they put the
that.
cinnamon on it. Yeah. It's good.
You might
Okay.
get a stick in cinnamon stick inside of your cup too.
It's delicious. I love
If you're
horchata.
lucky.
Okay, I will.
It's crisp yet refreshing.
That's one of my go-tos.
Drinks like a pilsner.
It's one of my go-tos when I get Mexican food.
Nice.
It's the horchata.
I will try actual horchata.
And agua de melon. I love that stuff too.
The what?
Uh,
Oh,
Cantaloupe.
cantaloupe water.
yeah. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It is
You
delicious.
know, my mom used to make that back in
Really?
the day. Yeah. Now I think that was my Spanish roots, apparently.
That's probably it. All right, my number 3, the aforementioned Copper Kettle. This is my favorite brewery, and luckily, I live about a mile away from it. They know my name. They've seen me coming. They're like, "Oh, hey,
Hey, it's
Craig,
Craig.
what should we get for you today?" I'm like, "I have the rewards card." it's a problem, but
This is my second time around.
yeah. They everything they do is either really good or really not good. But most of the time, there's only been like one or two where it hasn't been really good at all. There was a stout that tasted like bacon
What?
that I wasn't down with. There was also I can't remember. It was their porter wasn't that good. The one time they had a special porter, but Copper Kettle, look it up in Aurora. It's delicious. And the number 3 beer, the Copper Kettle Charlie's Golden Strong beer. It's a golden strong beer, which means it's a higher alcohol percentage. It's at 8%, and it tastes so smooth.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so smooth. You can drink 4 or 5 of those, and then the 8% kicks in, and you're like, "Whoa, hey guys!"
They know what they're doing over there at Copper Kettle, and
They
you can
do.
tell because they've already expanded. They've taken over the entire almost
Little shopping square
yeah.
they're in.
the strip mall, not
Strip
strip
mall.
mall, but it's all right there, man. You could tell they're doing well in there. So, and they're cool because they, like Craig said, they release like they have a July. It was either July or June. It was Firkin month, but they do like different tasting. And they only do like a couple barrel. So they
Every
they experiment
Wednesday.
a lot. And I had a pear beer, and it was I believe it was a pilsner. It was either pilsner or wheat, and that was pretty solid, man.
They had a
Not-
creme brulee porter over the Christmas.
Say what?
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Those guys
Yeah.
get crazy in
They,
there.
they have a Firkin Wednesday. Every Wednesday, they
Yeah.
crack a Firkin of some crazy beer that they've made.
Huh.
And
I'm gonna have to go
It's real delicious.
Yeah, they're solid, man.
Yeah.
Copper Kettle. Speaking of
Anytime anybody wants to go,
speaking
let
of
me know.
gourmet breweries that only do small, they're not that big, but they do their thing and they know what they're doing. Elevation Brewery in Poncha Springs, Colorado, which is right outside of Salida, and my favorite beer there, and it's a porter. It's called Little Mo,
Ah,
and I love that stuff, man. I bring it every time I go there. I have to bring some for my
on my
bro.
list.
I have to bring some for people all around because they love the Elevation.
I would like to try that because I've yet to try a porter that I like.
What?
Yeah,
Porters.
I thought no, you're not a porter guy. You're a
I'm a stout guy.
you're a stout
we'll get
guy.
to that.
Yeah.
But
Porter, man.
I just can't find a good porter.
It's
I would
funny
like to try
because-
that Little Mo one.
this
Porter
really
is
good.
like the first cousin of a stout.
It's but
It
it's,
really
it's a
is.
little- It's the inbred cousin. It's the inbred cousin though.
Whatever. So anyway, little Elevation. They do a lot of good stuff over there. Every single thing. They're in liquor stores in Denver, and they're getting bigger. I know they're in Wyoming, and I know they're in for some reason. If you're in San Antonio, they're there. But yeah, so try a little Elevation, and that's Little Mo, man. It's a porter, and it's delicious. Okay, a quick story. So a lot of times when you go to these breweries, you just sit and hang out for a little while. 2 Christmases ago, we brought out the game of Risk because we didn't want to be at my in-laws' house. We just wanted to get out of the house, whatever, because we had like cabin fever. And so we brought out the game of Risk. And usually they always tweet, every single tweet that I tag Elevation Brewery in. And they didn't. That's the only one. And that's the only one since or before that they did not tweet, is when we brought out the game of Risk and we sat in there for 3 hours.
As long as you're buying beers, why would they care?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to advertise that you can just sit there for many hours. I don't know, though.
Could be. Or maybe they just don't like the game of Risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you took over Asia too quick and they were mad about it.
Yeah, they could have been pretty pissed about that.
Yeah.
No, I lost, man. I don't want to talk about it. They ganged up on me. They ganged up on me, and then they played for like 4 more hours, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever, man. I'll go watch sports.
All right. Humberto, your number 2.
My number 2 is actually the one Don just mentioned.
Yeah.
Lumo from Elevation Beer Company. It's a brewery. Whatever. It's really good. The last time I had this beer was probably the last time I had a couple beers. So that was my last, you would say, last couple drops of the juice. So
wow.
You need a fixer.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. It was really good. It was really good. I recommend it. It's an American porter. It's got chocolate, coffee, and a light floral hop notes.
What was that?
Light floral hop notes.
It does have some light floral hop notes.
So
like a C sharp.
Yes, exactly. C sharp sustained 7.
Totally.
Kind of like
that was my exact analogy.
Yeah, so it's really good. So you guys should try it. So that's my number 2.
All right.
Crickets. Yeah,
we only have a little more to go here, Lilo.
I know. Let's. All right.
No.
Let's go to your number 2.
Thank you.
There is no way I can even attempt to compete. There's no way.
I win.
There's no way. Craig wins. All he do is win.
That's right.
My number 2 beer. Yet another little local brewery. It's not really that little anymore, but
all you people listening in North Carolina or Pennsylvania, we live in a very, very diverse beer state.
yes.
Everybody thinks of Coors when they think of Colorado.
no.
But we have 1,000,001 different craft brews
Don't
here.
move here. Don't move here.
There's every block in the
Outside
city,
of that,
pretty
Colorado's
much.
a terrible state. Don't
Yes.
move here.
Order from here.
Every block, there's either a weed shop or a brewery.
It's true.
Next door to the first Chipotle is a medical marijuana dispensary, both rec and medical. Next door to the donut plate. What's that donut plate? Voodoo Donuts is a medical dispensary, both recreational.
Plus, there's
Yes.
the
They're everywhere.
the
They're
Monk
everywhere.
bar place right by
Yeah.
there, too. What is
Cheeky
that one?
Monk.
Cheeky Monk.
Cheeky
Yeah.
Monk.
Cheeky
Yep.
Monk Brewery.
And they've started to go into Aurora now, and it's funny to see it like in the subdivisions of like Southern Aurora, almost
Yes.
in Parker, and there's just a shop that popped up, and I'm like, how do they get there, man? Like, yeah.
Yeah, there is one, like,
They're
for
all
those
over
of you that don't know, the southern parts of Aurora are, quote unquote, slightly more affluent than the northern
little
parts
bit.
of Aurora.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, like
Slightly.
different tax
Even
brackets.
Central Aurora, I would
Yeah.
say.
Right. And yeah, there is a dispensary that popped up in kind of like right near like a big outdoor mall that has like H&M and
Yeah.
all those stores, and it's a little shocking for us
Colorado,
Southern
man.
Aurorans. Or
Colorado.
it was front page things on the Sentinel.
Right.
that day.
Yeah, there was a parent group that said we're going to take pictures of people and post them on the internet, and that got shut down really quick.
Well, yeah, it's like an alcohol store
Yeah.
now. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right, sorry to derail that.
No,
It's
it's
funny
totally
when,
fine.
but it's funny when you get visitors from out of town and they're like, "Have you been to the weed store? What the what store? The marijuana. You want to go? You want to go?
You want to see inside? Let's go.
okay
Too
that I-
bad,
is it
because
okay that I
the windows
buy it?
are all frosted.
Exactly.
It's so
you have,
true.
to,
You have to go in.
to see what's going on.
Oh
Yeah.
man, so right up like maybe 4 or 5 blocks away from my house. No, not even that. Maybe like half a mile to a mile away from my house. There is a converted gas station car wash port that is now a weed store.
That's funny.
It is there are absolutely no windows on that
Exactly.
thing. It's like a dungeon.
Yeah, catacornered from the radio station on the other side of the highway was a McDonald's. And and it was a Chinese restaurant for like 5 minutes. But I swear, since I got out of high school in 2002, it has been abandoned, basically.
Nothing,
There was nothing there.
Last year, I swear they did construction in 2 weeks, and now it's a marijuana store.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's
I'll
so
probably make
many
it $1 million.
cars.
The one
There's
next to
so
the
many
Taco
cars.
Bell?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's so
Okay.
many cars in that parking lot at all times of the day now. It's crazy.
I have a funny weed
crazy.
store story too here for a sec.
Yes.
Every day I drive by the store. As I'm going down the street to take my kid to school, I drive by, and I've been doing it for all year. Separately, my wife and I were talking about, like, oh, we need some new lampshades. I'm like, oh, I drive by this store every day. It's like something to shade. It's a lampshade store. I could go there and pick some up. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, it's on the way to go get our kid. And she's like, are you talking about... That's a weed store. I'm like, no, it's lampshades.
It's lampshades.
Why would it be called the shade something? I almost went in there to buy some lampshades.
Man, I would have loved to see that reaction. Where are the lampshades? All I see
what
is
the hell?
weed.
What kind of shades are these?
This is not lampshades.
This is the shadiest shade store
Yeah.
ever.
Maybe you had a
Do you
grow
keep the
supply
shades in
store.
the back? Where is this?
I think a grow supply store, but they might only have like metal ones. Not really what you're looking for there.
Right.
Well, don't trust them because I didn't see any shades anyway.
Obviously not a
You gotta
lampshade
back-
store.
See, your pun game is usually strong, Craig. What happened?
I don't. You know, all the
This
weed
is very
shops have
disappointing.
puns too.
Exactly.
They
They're
all
all
do.
some kind of green or
Green pun or like
Yeah,
The Green Cross.
Mary
Yeah.
Jane or something.
Green
yeah.
solution.
right,
all that
Rocky
crap.
Mountain High.
All right.
Altitude advantage, whatever that is.
Right.
Is it whose turn is it?
It's
It's
Lilo's.
mine.
We're getting there.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Lilo.
Yeah,
no idea.
No worries.
I'm lost.
Left-hand milk stout. Okay,
Yeah.
go. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, left-hand milk stout. It's,
Now
just-
you're talking, Lilo.
it's a great stout beer. It's milky. It tastes like coffee. It combines both coffee and beer, which I love, into one amazing drink. And it's located in blah 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 Colorado.
I like the label on the tag.
Loveland.
Loveland.
Yeah, it's
The
Longmont.
Yeah.
Longmont. It's Longmont.
Longmont.
Left hand is
Longmont.
Longmont.
That's right.
It's one of those L towns. and-
Longmont. Yes.
Yes, but
Have
yeah,
you tried the nitro version of it?
Oh, God.
I have.
Oh,
Goodness
it's so
gracious.
Good.
I have.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah?
It's gotten me in
Because
trouble
it's
for
even
that.
creamier.
It's gotten me in trouble.
It's even
Nice.
creamier, and it's so good.
It's really
Oh,
good.
man.
Label on the bottle says drink cold, pour hard. There you go. That's all you need to know,
Yes,
man.
that's all you need to know. And according to their website, it's utterly delightful. UDD early.
Heyo.
Hang on. That's a win for left hand. So there you go.
You saved it, like Johnny Carson used to
Yes.
That's
Yes.
great.
do. Kiberto thought that was funny. Kiberto, good job. Dang it. I don't know. Where did I go wrong?
Left hand milk stout number 2.
There's so many ways I could go with this. I don't know. I don't want to be the one to follow up this. My number 2.
How you doing in there, Kiberto?
I'm doing good.
I feel like
you
you're.
didn't say it. Why did you not say it? I'm doing good.
I'm
Dude,
doing
great.
I feel like you're a stranger in there.
I am a stranger over here.
He's in
You
another
know,
room
I am
tonight,
in another
and-
room,
It's like
yeah.
2 panes of
Yeah.
glass separated.
I am. I miss you guys.
My number 2. We don't miss you. It's okay.
Whatever. That's fine.
My number 2
So out of love.
is the ultimate legacy pick because we are in Colorado. And I will just say that over the course of my life, I've had this beer more than any other in my life. And it's not Fat Tire. That one would be probably a close second. But this one, when I go to a bar in Colorado and I say, give me a beer,
Oh, yeah.
this is what I expect to get. That's a Coors Original. Give me the banquet.
Banquet.
Give me the banquet beer.
Banquet beer.
And even with the current environment of 1,000,001 craft brews in Colorado, every once in a while, I still will enjoy the banquet. I've got a 12-pack in my fridge as we speak, just because. Why not? We're in Colorado.
Right.
You never
'Cause
know
why
when
not?
somebody's going to come over, and you got to
Right.
entertain. So I keep it stocked. If somebody comes over and they ask for a beer, you're getting a Coors.
Nice.
It's
All right.
it's
I love the
unobtrusive.
stubby bottles.
The stubby bottles are great. I love that they
is
brought
also
those
the
back.
type of beer keg that I had to bring home from your wedding that I tried to kill by myself on the couch.
Oh my gosh.
And me and my wife both came to on the couches wearing the same clothes from the night before, and we're like, what happened? And the keg was just sitting there, and we're like, we got to bring this somewhere.
We had a problem at my wedding, but it was the best kind of problem. We overbought beer.
Yes, they did.
Oh man.
So we had to. I was in charge of bringing the kegs home and then turning them in. And
But you can't return full keg.
Yeah, we can't return full kegs. So we
Right.
tried to, and that was a bad idea, but it was a fun idea. But that was Coors Banquet, man.
We had the banquet. I love me a good original Coors. You know, if you're in Boston or you're in other these places, you order a beer, you're not going to get a Coors. You're in
No.
Colorado, you say, give me a beer. It's going to be a Coors.
It's true. It really should, and I totally agree with that. As opposed to give me a beer and they're like, well, we've got Blue Moon and Fat
No,
Tire and
if-
Micro Brew this and
I want to find a bar where they don't even ask me a question. If I say give me a beer, you just give me a Coors.
The Dirty Duck on Dahlia and Evans. Dahlia and Evans. There you go.
All right, that's my
Also,
number 2.
don't go there unless you're a biker.
Coors Original.
oh man,
I like the Piper Inn, huh?
right? I drove by there today.
Exactly. Oh yeah. I always want to try their chicken wings, but I'm too much of a wimp.
They
to go in
advertise
there.
those chicken
I'm too
wings
much of
all
a
the
wimp
time.
to go in there.
I'm a
because
wuss. I would never. Honestly,
I'll have a Hogarden and some chicken wings. Get out of here.
right? What are you doing?
Exactly.
I kind of want to ride my bicycle up there and ask if they have a veggie burger.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Make sure you ring like you get a little bell on your bike. Ching 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 ching.
I have my Chihuahua in the front
Oh
basket.
my god.
You guys have a veggie burger up
You guys
here?
get any veggie burgers?
This is a guy that came to the Christmas party in full cowboy gear, including like a 5-gallon hat looking hat.
That's true.
Not a regular cowboy hat. He has like the Wyatt Earp like
It's awesome,
circle
too.
on top. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I saw
Is it
pictures of that.
the
That thing
Honda?
was magnificent.
No, it was cool.
Right.
It was cool. Don't get me wrong. You look good.
That's because I want a Coors Original.
I would just think that if you went
Colorado.
to the Piper Inn wearing that get up, that would be really funny.
That would be
Do you
hysterical.
have a carrier for Hercules?
I do not. My little
okay.
Chihuahua. Although he could probably fit in the baby Bjorn.
See, Craig's
Probably
birthday's coming up
could,
next
yeah.
week, huh? All right.
Right.
All right. You're number 2, Don.
But number 2, and here's a problem with Denver today. And I work on a show, and there's a guy. His name is Chuck. He's a heck of a guy. And he always says everybody's bought and paid for. The developer, the city council's bought and paid for. We have no parking. He always yells about having no parking. I never understood him until I went to this brewery, which, full disclosure, we get kegs of Dunkel from Prost at the Rapid Supporters Group every year. And every year, I try to drink a whole keg of Dunkel Prost.
Josh.
He does try
Of
to do that.
Dunkel from Prost Brewing
Yeah.
at the Rapids game. Because it's the best beer ever in the world. Like I can't.
Do you think collectively through the season that you drink a keg?
Yes. Because me, you're
Wow.
a double fist. But this year they got some
Go.
people get they get mugs where you get to walk straight to the front of the line, which is cool.
Oh, that is
But
cool.
if you're smart, then you just walk up you sidle up to the side because there's 3 taps on every keg. You just sidle on up, just grab
Yeah.
one of the taps after.
Everybody thinks there's only one.
Exactly. I paid to be there. I mean, it's the dumb
I paid
people.
my dues.
It's the dumb. Yeah, I've been going there for how long have we been there? 07, right?
Yeah.
Dang, man, almost 10 years. Oh man, there you go. We're old. Yeah, man, just sidle up. You don't want the visiting people never pay anyway. So you know what? Go right to the front of the line if you pay. And that's the Prost Brewing Company, which is in the Highlands, otherwise known as where I bought beer when I was a kid.
The north side.
Right.
On 20th
North side.
or 23rd.
For
to
you.
be
Not
exact.
Rhino.
For you.
exactly. Rhino.
Local Denver rights.
And that is their Dunkel, although the people there call it Dunkel and Dunkelweiss, and I said, we call it Dunkel. And anyway, I love that stuff. And I've drinking so many. And it's just smooth, man. It's just smooth. And Dunkel is actually started in, it's like Champagne from the Champagne region of France. Allegedly, you can only have Dunkelweiss from Bamberg, Germany. So the Germans started, and it's a different kind of way that they mash the grain, so whatever. But that's how they make the Dunkel, and it's Germany, and it's so good. And that's my favorite beer from there, and I can't get off of it. Just like the breakfast burritos at Sam's number 3. Dunkel from Prost. There you go.
All right, Gilberto, it's time for honorable mentions and your number 1 cerveza.
Okay, well, my honorable mentions are, and I'm just going to list them because I don't think I can give a full explanation for these.
So you didn't look those ones up, is what you're saying.
No, I do.
You don't
It's
have
just-
all those
it's
tabs
just-
open on your browser?
No, I don't. It's just that there. See, that's what you guys get for having me over there. Well, because I do like
It's a
these.
good thing.
I do enjoy these beers, and okay. So Newcastle, the Coors Original, Miller High Life.
High Life.
Yes.
The High Life.
The
love that guy.
Hefeweizen
Guy's so
from
great.
Dry Dock.
He died.
The
Rest in peace.
Amber
Rest in peace.
Ale and the Apricot Blonde from Dry Dock. Also, those are my
Apricot
honorable
Blonde.
mentions. And my number one, Lila already mentioned it, is the 1554,
What-
the Enlightened Black Ale
Boom.
from New Belgium Brewery. It's amazing, and this I used to have this beer only on special occasions usually, and those were special occasions. So that's my number. That's my number one.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Gilberto's cried into many 1554s.
Lots of tears in
Friends
those
contract.
beers.
It's okay.
Friends
I'm
contract.
I'm
Friends
doing
contract.
good. I'm doing good.
Like Hank Williams, there's a tear in your beer.
In your beer.
I'm okay. I'm good. I
right.
think I
what
made
he
the
says
right
now.
decision.
All right, Lilo, your number one and honorable mention.
All right. I don't have any honorable mentions simply because I just generally like beer. So if you throw a beer my way, I will generally drink it and enjoy it.
Why do we
So-
not have beer here tonight?
Why don't we have? I was really wondering that myself.
All right. We have pizza, no beer.
Because we're not Gil Whiteley.
Because we're not sponsored by Squarespace. Just kidding. So my number one beer, this is the beer that got me onto stouts and dark beers in general. This is the classic, the one, the only Guinness.
Yeah.
Guinness is good.
Guinness is so good. There's nothing quite like opening up the bottle and being greeted by that foamy, frothy head. And as you
Cascading bubbles.
oh my gosh, that is probably one of the coolest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Is when they pour that and the head cascades back down, and
That's what a Hogarden does also.
it's so
Does do
wonderful.
that.
And then it's always fun to like try to get the widget stuck in the bottle.
Yeah. takes about 2 to 3 minutes to pour a Hogarden.
Oh
Because
my
they do it
gosh,
so slowly.
They
yeah.
do, yeah.
that's awesome. I will say though that I've never had a Guinness at room temperature, which is apparently one of the suggested servings.
I've had that. And
Is
it's
it
pretty
good?
good, yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to leave one out.
It tastes
later
like milk.
tonight.
It tastes more milky.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It gets sweeter.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I've had it in a can. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that when I get home. I'll be up for a little while.
Yeah.
So number one, Guinness. Brilliant.
Oh, yes. My honorable mentions. There's a little German restaurant / bar over here by our work called Heidi's, of course. And they have all kinds of imported German beers. You can drink them in a boot if you'd like, a glass boot,
The old
a giant
boot.
glass boot. And I particularly like one that's called Franziskaner Premium Dunkel, which is also
What?
which is
A
also
Dunkelweizen?
Pope Benedict's favorite beer.
Oh, yeah. You told
Nice.
Yes. And so I like that one. It's pretty good. I think it's Franziskaner Premium Dunkel. That's a good one.
It's a lot of words.
Bohemia is on my honorable mentions because it's wonderful. And my number one. It was very hard to pick a number one because, well, I actually didn't. I kind of punted on my number one because it's the whole genre of beer that. Here's the deal. We have a lot of breweries here, like I mentioned. And anytime I go to a new brewery, the only one I'm going to pick, the first thing is their stout. I'm a stout guy,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I will pick their stout. I will try it. I have to do that. It's the first thing I go to at the liquor store. That's the first thing, a new liquor store I go to. That's the first counter, the first glass I go to is, let me see what their stouts are. And if there's something I've never had. And if there is, I pick it. I drink the stout that I haven't had before. I do like the left-hand milk stout, and I put on here on my list that I do like the nitro milk stout. It's delicious, so good.
Nice.
I do like a good Guinness. I wrote
Out of the
that down
bottle,
too.
Out of the bottle, that's really, really, really good.
I
Never had one off of the tap.
Guinness reminds me always and forever of going down to spring training and being down in Tempe, Arizona for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that'd be
And
rough
waiting
to
in
drink
line.
that.
Waiting in line for 2 hours to get in this whole. They put a tent over the whole city block,
Oh, dang.
and every
Jeez.
couple feet there was a bar, and the waitresses at the bars were body painted.
What?
That's all they had.
What?
There was in between the bars mechanical bowls that you could just go hang out at.
What?
And the Guinness was flowing
Dang.
like water, like geysers of Guinness.
Note to self.
It
Go
was
to spring
So wait,
training.
it's spring
in
training
Tempe.
right now.
Right.
Yes, if you are
can
listening
get
to
there in
this,
like 10
it is
Right.
it is St. Patrick's Day. I hope you are enjoying that party, and if it still exists, which I'm not sure how it could, because somebody
John McCain closed it down.
might have died with the amount of booze flowing there.
Yeah.
That's
Arpaio.
insane.
Yeah, it was. And somehow after going to that thing, we ended up at another place that was.
How did you remember?
Right.
All I remember was that it was like a bubble party. I'm like, what are we doing here?
This is from Craig's rave days.
Oh, my God.
It might
Right.
not even be inaccurate.
was like,
it might be a dream.
I don't even know what was going on here. But give me a Guinness. Let's do this.
Foam everywhere.
Irish guys.
Yeah, it was.
Funny mustaches.
So that's what I think about Guinness.
Nice.
So,
some
but
good
I
memories
still,
there.
I still like it, and I'll drink any stout that you put in front of me, unless it tastes like bacon. Copper Kettle, why would you do that?
I don't understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Hey,
a
man,
big fan of
nobody
bacon
bets
and
1,000.
stouts.
that's right.
By the way, you know how many breweries there are in Denver? There's. I went to a brewery. All it had was Reds. All it had was red beer. Reds.
Wow.
Really, that is
Yeah.
super specific,
That is very
it's
specific.
crazy. It's crazy.
and they probably do well too.
They do well.
Oh.
I'm like, well, yeah, I had it, and I'm like, huh. Well,
You know
I
what?
think I'll have the red.
Comrade should do that.
They should do that.
It would
that'd
be very
awesome.
fitting.
That'd
That would be awesome.
Better than what they have now. And anyway, so honorable mentions. Fat Tire could not beat my number one. Therefore, I mean, even Frambozen, it can't beat Frambozen. Frambozen is so good, man. Anyway, the original Coors Banquet, a watermelon Pilsner. Don't judge me. I don't care. Watermelon Pilsner. It's so refreshing. It kills all the back end taste of a Pilsner, the aftertaste, whatever. I do like a Red Stripe.
You do like Red
When I was
Stripe.
a kid, yeah, I loved
Red Stripe, man.
Hooray!
When I first met you, that was your beer of choice.
Oh, I love. Yeah, when I was in the military, that's what we had in Kentucky, and that's all they had. So, I don't know. We won't talk about that. And then I love a Guinness. And if people are out there, Nitro Milk Stout. If people are out there, Amagang Brewing Company, Amagang Brewery. They have 3 Philosophers. They have a cherry beer. Amazing. It was for Christmas. But anything that Amagang Brewery makes, buy immediately. It's a New York brewer. They send it all over the country. The 3 Philosophers, though. So delicious, so delicious. My father-in-law, who is a craft brewer, award-winning craft brewer, that's his favorite, and he got me onto that one. But by far and away, my favorite beer, it is dark, but it's an enlightened black ale, and that's 1554.
Whoa!
Hang on.
We almost had
1554 by
a
New Belgium, a social.
social.
Is that what we
social.
call it?
I think so.
So what
Is that
happened
the name
was...
we gave it?
We need a better name for that.
I know,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
That's
the
a
only one we
network.
could come up with. All right, I like that one. It has to do something with ranking them up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
something.
was thinking like corral. I don't know. What's like what happens in the rodeo if you get like a perfect score? What's that called?
8
Anyway,
seconds.
whatever.
I don't know.
No, it's
Right.
not-
Perfect score.
Yeah,
No.
a party of 4.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Anyway, Party 4. What's her name is in House of Cards. Nev Campbell, House of Cards, season 4. She's okay.
Well-
And she's not like she was in not Wild Things. What was she in? Was she nobody?
Oh, no, it was Wild Things with
Well-
Denise Richards.
Yeah,
Yeah, Wild Things.
Did you hear that, Roberto?
I heard it.
What?
Anyway, 1554. Interesting story.
You got like tangent Tourette's, man.
Yeah, no
Anyway.
kidding.
He does.
Well,
was
Roberto's
that
not paying
movie? Yeah,
attention. He's over there
Roberto.
looking at the internet.
My done.
Party 5, Nev Campbell.
WrestleMania 27.
Okay, what? Anyway, I was trying to think of my story for. So 1554.
I just labeled your condition.
The
is what I
original
did.
brewers had the recipe that they crafted, and it got lost in a flood. So they had to go back to Belgium and figure out the recipe all over again. And after many, many barrels of sample brewing, they finally came up with 1554. And Thank God that they did, because that is my favorite beer.
Didn't Coors steal that same line too with their
not.
batch 8 or whatever that is?
You better get out of here.
We
with that.
lost the formula. We went back in our original recipes to bring it back.
I take back the
Probably.
last 30 seconds then. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying
Sorry.
that Coors stole it.
Oh, okay.
That New Belgium, they were cool.
Yeah, New Belgium was your OG on that
New
one.
Belgium's fine. I don't know. They might be going downhill. Bring back Fembrosen. Hashtag bring back Fembrosen.
All right, there it is. We ranked our favorite beers. Don, how can they rank theirs? Tell
All
us
right.
what they like
Go
in
to
other
Twitter.
parts of the country, because we are very localized here.
Yeah, tell
Right.
us your favorite beer. Although I feel like you can get 1554 a little bit farther away than
They're probably
most
not
of our
getting any
beers.
Copper Kettle anywhere.
Nah,
Yeah,
Copper
probably
Kettle is-
not.
I think it's very
Maybe they can
regional.
order online.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't
maybe.
think
I
you
don't know.
can't.
I don't
It's
think
hard
so.
to. There's a lot of rules. You can't ship like alcohol far. It sucks. Like, especially in Connecticut. Anyway, if anybody's from Connecticut, I'm sorry. But if you go to Twitter at Rank 'em Up, I'll send you some beer and we'll call it wine or call it grape juice or something.
I'm sending you liquid bread.
Actually, I won't do that. Twitter, go
He'll
to
charge
at
you
Rank 'em
double.
Up. At Rank 'em Up on Twitter, you can find all of us over there. Usually, me and Craig tweet from that. Go to the Facebook page and like it. Are we on MySpace? I don't think so. Go to youtube.com/rankemup, and you can find the whole archives of Rank 'em Up on that show, on that webpage. Go to the iTunes, subscribe, go to Stitcher if you're an Android person. Also, we did pregame a little bit on the Periscope app. So follow us. Craig, what is our username?
It's just our Twitter one.
Oh,
Rank
okay.
'em up.
Well, there you
Rank 'em
go.
up.
Yep.
Thanks, Periscope. All right, there you go, Craig.
All right. This has been Rank 'em Up. For Lilo, for Keberto, for Don, I'm Craig. And this is Rank 'em Up.